Hey guys, it's Bovie to the floor here, back at it again with another deck profile. Today's deck profile is Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, this is a budget build of the Red Dragon Archfiend deck I'm currently building, but the downside is it. I, the downside is, you guys, they banned King Calamity. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? What am I what do I need to do to improve on this deck here, y'all? Please note that this is a budget build of the Red Dragon Archfiend deck I'm building on. So yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications on for any new videos there, and let's get started. So first off is we're going to start off with 3 copies of Soul Resonator. Soul Resonator helps me to dig into the deck, whether it's Red Rain, Crimson Gaia. Wait. I can add a fiend monster from my hand, all thanks to his ability to add a fiend monster into my deck. And I'm running 3 copies. I'm playing 3 copies of Vision Resonator. Vision Resonator helps me add Crimson Gaia or Soul Resonator to my hand. If I have a higher single monster on my field, I can just special summon it onto the field if I have a single monster in play. So yeah. And I'm running 3 copies of Crimson Resonator. Crimson Resonator lets me to special summon onto the field if I have no monsters on the field, and if it's special summon from the graveyard, I get to special summon up to 2 Resonator monsters from my hand or deck, except Crimson Resonator. And I'm running two copies of Synchron Resonator. Synchron Resonator allows me to special summon onto the field if there's a single monster onto the field, either on my side or on his side. So Synchron Resonator is the way to go. And I'm running 3 copies of Bone Archfiend. Now, Bone Archfiend is where the magic happens. It allows you to send one monster from my hand or deck to lower or raise its level. So if I want to go for a level 6 synchro summon, I would reduce his level by 1. So yeah. And I'm running 3 copies of Wandering King Wildwing. Let me see. Now, if I control a fiend tuner monster, I can special summon onto the field and go for a level 7 synchro summon. And I'm running 3 copies of Escalator Dawn Walker. Now I can discard this. I can discard 1 card from my hand. From my hand, and special summon onto the field, and special summon a Fire and Escalator, which I'm about to show you right now. I'm running 1 copy of Fire and Escalator. Now, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I get to target 1 level 5 monster from my graveyard, special summon that target, but its effects are negated. Special summon that target, but its effects, but also sent to the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. So, if I want to go for a level 8 monster, my level 8 monster will have to be like Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. So yeah. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's it for the monsters, guys. Let's move on to the spells. So for the spells, we're gonna be running 1 copy of Absolute Power Force. Now, Absolute Power Force is one of Red Dragon Archfiend's signature attacks, but they turn it into a quick play spell. I can do 3 things. It gains 1,000 attack points, and your opponent cannot activate any cards. And if it attacks a defensive position monster, I can inflict piercing damage to my opponent, and then any battle damage that's dealt to my opponent is doubled. So this card is very, very powerful in my book. I'm running 3 copies of Crimson Gaia. Crimson Gaia allows you to add a resonator monster that lists as Red Dragon Archfiend in its text. So if I were to add Soul Resonator, I would activate Crimson Gaia. But Crimson Gaia has a very powerful effect. If Red Dragon Archfiend attacks a monster, he gets to flip all face down monsters on your opponent's side of the field, and then I can activate Red Dragon Archfiend's effect, so they can destroy it in battle. And I'm running 3 copies of I'm running 3 copies of Resonator Call. Now, Resonator Call allows you to add one of my Resonator monsters from my hand or deck. I'm running I'm running 3 copies of Resonator Command. Now, Resonator Command allows you to discard one Resonator monster and add a level 4 or lower Fiend monster from my deck to my hand. But I can only activate it. But I can only activate it once per turn, though. And I'm running 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance. Now, Pot of Extravagance it allows you to banish 3 or 6 random cards face down from my extra deck. So be very careful when playing Pot of Extravagance, because it will drain your extra deck quickly. So be very careful when playing this. So that's it for the spells, you guys. Let's move on to the traps. Oh yeah, you guys. Big shout out to my boy Dark Arm Duelist for providing me these kind of dex profiles. But I'm using them to build on them as well. I'm also building Exo Sisters. I'm also building Blue Eyes White Dragons. You name it. So anyways, that's it for the spells, you guys. Let's move on to the traps. So for traps, we're running 1 copy of Red Rain. Now Red Rain allows me to banish. If I control a level 8 or higher single monster, banish all monsters on the field except the monster with the highest level. Also, the remaining face-up monsters on the field are unaffected by card effects, except their own until the end of the turn. If a dark single monster is single summoned onto my field, I get to add this to my hand, but I'm going to activate this once per turn. I'm running 2 copies of Red Zone. Now, Red Zone allows you to pop cards onto the field if my opponent activates any effects or cards that target it. So yeah. I'm running 2 copies of Fiendish Golem. Now, Fiendish Golem allows you to target one monster onto the field and then banish it until the end phase. And I'm running 1 copy of Fiendish Chain. Now, Fiendish Chain allows you to shut down one of my opponent's monsters' effects. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that's it for the main deck here, you guys. Let's move on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're running 2 copies of Scarred Dragon Archfiend. Now, Scarred Dragon Archfiend is the cover monster for the Crimson King structure deck. Please note that this is a budget build of the deck, but I'm gonna try to make this deck better. So, anyways, this card becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while on the field or in my graveyard. If this card is sent from the monster zone to my graveyard, I get to special summon 1 Dragon Archfiend for my extra deck, and it's only treated as a synchro summon. So it's very powerful. All right, I'm running 2 copies of the original Red Dragon Archfiend. Red Dragon Archfiend allows you to destroy all monsters, all defensive vision monsters on the field. On my opponent's field, if any of my monsters, but there's a downside to it. If any monster doesn't attack, Red Dragon Archfiend's effect will destroy all your monsters. So be very careful. But if you have Soul Resonator, you could banish it and prevent it from your Red Dragon Archfiend to be destroyed. And running 3 copies of Red Rising Dragon. Now, Red Rising Dragon allows you to special summon one Resident monster from my graveyard, but he will be infinite in permanence if he tries to special summon a Resident monster from my graveyard. So, let's see. Let's see. If I can banish this card and target up level 1 Resident monsters from my graveyard, I can special summon both of them. I'm running 1 copy of Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend allows you to destroy all monsters that is equal to his attack points, and I can inflict 500 points of damage to my opponent for each of those monsters that was destroyed. And running 2 copies of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Now, I can target one face-up monster that I control, negate its effects until the end of the turn. While this card inflicts battle damage to my opponent, I get to target one tuner monster from my graveyard and special summon it into defense position. I can use this effect once per turn. I can use his effects once. And running 2 copies of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. Now, I get to tribute one tribute and then target one Red Dragon Archfiend from my graveyard and then special summon it. When it inflicts damage to my opponent, I can special summon 2 tuners with the same level, one from my deck and one from my graveyard in defense position. I can only use each of his effects once per turn. And running 1 copy of the Blade Dragon. Now, the Blade Dragon allows you to destroy one card on the field if it's synchro summoned. And I'm running 1 copy of Red Nova Dragon. Now, Red Nova Dragon gains attack points based on how many tuners I have in my graveyard. So when this opponent declares an attack, I get to target the attacking monster, banish this card, and if I do, negate the attack. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was banished is effect of this turn, special summon this banished card. And one last thing here, I'm running 1 copy of Red Supernova Dragon. Now, Red Supernova Dragon is one of the strongest ace monsters of this deck here. So I'm gonna try my best to make this deck better, and so forth by adding some bestial monsters to it. So bestial monsters are very useful for Red Dragon Archfiends. So I'm gonna try to track it down on TCGplayer.com and other websites as well. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that is it. That is it for the Red Dragon Archfiend deck. If you're looking to build a Red Dragon Archfiend deck, this deck is perfect for those that are trying to build a Red Dragon Archfiend deck. This is my first time. This was my first time using the Red Dragon Archfiend deck, but I lost some duels with it. But I promise you guys, I'm gonna get a lot better with this deck here as the year progresses through the years here. So anyways, guys. This is Movie to the Forehead. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys haven't. Make sure to turn on all the post notifications on for any new videos here. And don't forget to join my YouTube membership as well for early access to new and unreleased videos. And make sure to like me on Facebook, follow on Instagram and TikTok, Game Nintendo Online, Xbox Live, and PSN. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!